Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about Lori Loughlin possibly going to jail for a few decades. They're trying to send Lori Loughlin to jail for some decades. Now, who knows if this is actually a real news story? Like we all know, fake news is rampant, but reports did come out. They are trying to charge Lori Loughlin. They're trying to sentence her to 40 years in prison. Now, I heard mixed things on whether or not this is too harsh, whether or not people care. And I think a lot of people are at the place that they don't care or that they think it's too harsh. So that's pretty much where most people fall. And I myself find myself really conflicted. I'm really conflicted. Prison and the prison system is something I greatly care about. It's something that borderline brings me into tears because the prison system is so messed up. The justice system is so messed up. And it really needs a complete overhaul. The entire system needs a complete overhaul. And I have gotten to the point that I am a prison abolitionist. I don't honestly want to see anybody go to prison. I don't want to see anyone go to prison who is not necessarily a danger to society. And I mean that in a, you're going to die, you're going to lose your life. That is where I am at with prison. And the reason why I'm a prison abolitionist is because as long as there was one person, and I mean one singular person, sitting in jail for longer than the time they should be, no one should be. Like, it's all messed up. It shouldn't be happening because all it takes is that one person sitting in prison for 5 years for a petty drug charge to turn around to be you sitting in prison for a petty drug charge. Someone planted drugs on you. Someone planted a gun on you. Like, the system is just very bad. And the system targets poor people. It targets minorities, and it specifically targets Black men. And I just, concrete boxes, cold showers, disgusting food is not what these people deserve. And what these people do deserve punishment. I'm not even on Lori Loughlin right now. I'm just on people who have drug offenses, people who have fraud cases, people who scam, people who steal cars. These people deserve punishment. We can't have people running around doing anything. But prison is not this place that you just send all the horrible people in the world to. As a matter of fact, I will change that statement. Prison is a place where you send all the horrible people to. My thing is, these people are not horrible people. The people who scam, the people who do fraud, the people who steal cars, the people who have drug charges, the people who have gun charges, a lot of times they are not horrible people. A lot of the people sitting in prison have violated their probation, and they leave jail not even given a choice whether or not they're going to violate their probation or not. A lot of these kids are sitting in jail. They just got out of high school. Like, they had no choices. There was no choices given to them. And that does not mean we should just allow everyone to run around and do any and everything that they want to do. No, there's something called rehabilitation. Prison is not this thing it tries to make itself out to be. And that is my issue. We see people do bad things. The judge sends them to prison, and all of a sudden it's like, you need to go to prison because you did XYZ. You need to learn from your mistakes. But let's stop acting like we live in this world where prison is making people learn from their mistakes. Prison is punishment. It is punishment. It tries to disguise itself as a rehabilitation. You need to learn from this. You need to grow from this. No, it is literal punishment. It is punishment for doing whatever you need to do, but that doesn't change anything. And the fact that more and more people are going to prison, it also doesn't stop people from doing it. Prison also doesn't scare anyone. Like, the people who have already been to prison are not scared to go back to prison. We've seen that the fact that they continue to go back, continue to do the same thing. No one's scared of prison who is going to prison or doing things that's going to get them in prison. They're just not. Prison is not this boogeyman for people who keep going in and out. It's not. Prison is not what it claims to be. It is not this rehabilitation center. It's not this place that teaches you right from wrong. It's not a place that tries to get you to find other opportunities. They're not having job fairs in the prison. They're not doing it. They are not doing what they should be doing in prison. So yes, I am a prison abolitionist. Prison should not exist for about 88%, 98% of this country. Prison should not even be an option. The prison that we see today. Now, I'm not saying if prison was something that was transformed into something else, an actual rehabilitation center, why are you sending someone who had marijuana in their car to jail for 5 years? They deserve cold showers. They deserve a concrete box. They deserve to have to use the bathroom in front of people. That's what you believe someone who has a drug offense deserves? A drug user deserves to be in a concrete box? Someone who stole a car deserves a concrete, but no, they need to learn from their mistakes 100%. So please don't come in my comments and say, well, how are you going to get people to learn? That's the issue. No one wants to do the work. No one wants to actually create a system that allows for people to do the work it takes so that you don't have to resort to crime, because no one is doing crimes that they don't have to do. I am sorry. And the people who are doing crimes that they don't have to do are the ones who should be sitting in prison. The kidnappers, the murderers, and the rapists. Point blank period. Those are the three people, and the pedophiles, but they're rapists. Those are the people who should be sitting in prison. Those are threats to society to the point that they deserve the harsh treatment that is prison. I'm not even saying you shouldn't send people away. Some people do deserve to get sent away. If you're out here stealing people's cars, you are a threat to people's livelihoods. You should be sent away, but you should not be sent to prison. Prison is this horrible, horrible place. And we know it's a horrible place because you threaten people with it. When someone does something, you threaten them with going to prison because they might get raped. That should not be your biggest fear going to prison, that you are going to get raped. Anytime someone gets sentenced to prison time, it is about all the horrible and awful things that's going to happen to them in prison. I am sorry, but 78 to 80% of the people in the prison industrial complex do not deserve the things happening to them in prison. I just saw a story yesterday how 2 prison guards literally killed this man because they didn't give him water for 2 weeks? For 2 weeks, this man went without water for flooding his cell. Should he have flooded his cell? No, but he probably flooded his cell because already the harsh conditions. Because you want to know something? For this man to die of dehydration for 2 weeks, you want to know what that means? They didn't allow this man to take a shower for 2 weeks, because if he was taking a shower, he could have drank the shower water. So that means not only were you not giving this man water for 2 weeks, you were not letting this man shower for 2 weeks. He also probably was living in his own feces, because if you stop the water in his cell, that means the toilet was not filling up, because I'm assuming if he knew he was on the brink of dying, he would have eventually drank the toilet water. So this man was probably sitting in his own feces. He wasn't taking showers, and he couldn't drink anything. Therefore, you guys blatantly killed this man. I don't know what that man was in jail for, but the fact that these are the things that happen in prison, you think someone like Lori Loughlin deserves that? And this doesn't even, I am sorry. Y'all get on here. Y'all hear me talk my black pride, this, that, and the third. And I think you guys think I don't have compassion for people. I have compassion for people. And I have compassion for a woman. And you can drag me in the comments, talk about how they're rich, how they're this, how they're that. we all live in this world. And I think all of our goals is to one day be rich. I think we all can agree we want to all be rich, all be well off. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to lose compassion for rich people. Do I look at them sideways? Do I not feel as bad for them as I feel for other people? Yes, but my compassion for all rich people has not been lost. Like, I am fully aware of the fact that rich people are also a human being. Like, you're sorry, if that's what you're here for me to drag Lori Loughlin because she's rich and she's scam, like, you're not getting that here, because yes, white people already have an upper hand. Yes, white women don't go to jail at the same rate as any other, like, people. Yes, rich people should get punishment the same, but you guys, she is a mother who knew Olivia Jade was dumb as a bag of rocks, and she did what she had to do. And I'm sorry, I can empathize with that. Y'all can drag me, and y'all did drag me when I said she didn't deserve jail time, but I stand by that. Lori Loughlin doesn't deserve to go to jail. She doesn't. The same way that woman in Mississippi or Louisiana who was faking she was giving poverty stories to all these colleges about black kids, even though these people were well off, they weren't actually as poor as she was trying to make it seem in the essays. So she got charged for it. She got caught up in a whole college scam. I didn't believe she deserved to go to jail. I'm sorry. I don't believe scam in the way, and this is the infrastructure of America. And the infrastructure that we are in America, I don't believe people who scam deserve concrete boxes. I'm sorry. I don't believe the prison that we see now. That's the thing. In prison, that's why I'm a prison abolitionist. If we tear down the prisons and make them into something they're supposed to do, and we send the rapists, murderers, and all those things to those places, but even that has muggy room, because what is a murderer? Who deserves to be, like, that's the thing. No one wants to do the work. So no, I don't believe this old white woman who scammed for her daughter to go to a university deserves to be in a concrete cell. I don't believe scammers and people who commit fraud deserve concrete boxes. That is not, to me, it's laziness. It's, you did something wrong. We don't know what to do with you, but we're just going to send you over there where all the horrible people go. And of course, I know Lori Loughlin will go to a country club prison. It's going to be plush. It's going to be great. And we can have the conversation about how they send white people to these types of prisons, but they send the blacks and the other minorities to the other types of prisons. We can have that conversation, but that's not the conversation we're having here. This woman doesn't deserve what she doesn't deserve that. And it's a bigger, I just burped, but she also doesn't, people don't deserve the things that they are getting. Like, prison is not this end all be all. People go to prison traumatized. It's like they went off to war. These people don't deserve that. And I am sorry if you are trying to play the eye for an eye type of thing. Oh my gosh, they're sending black men to jail, so send Lori Loughlin off too. What is gain? I never understand. A lot of people had that reasoning in my comments. What do you gain? What do you gain from when my car got stolen from me? So go steal the next person's car. Like, I don't gain. Nothing significant has happened to me. Ask the people in prison, sitting in prison for 5 to 10 years for a petty drug charge, or because they violated their probation for smoking a little weed. Ask them, does Lori Loughlin coming to jail do anything for them? That's the thing. The victory y'all want is a victory that comes for free people. We as free people who are not behind concrete walls feel like that's a victory. Lori Loughlin going off to jail. Yes, white people are going down. We feel that because we are free. Ask any black person in prison, do they gain anything from Lori Loughlin being behind bars? No, they don't. Like, there's nothing to be gained from that. Not one black man is going to get out of prison because Lori's coming in. I promise you. Not one black woman, not one Hispanic man, not one Hispanic woman is going to see their kids any sooner because Lori Loughlin is coming in there. It's just not happening. So this eye for an eye thing makes no sense. You haven't even fully fleshed out that thought. You think Lori Loughlin, like, sending white people to jail jail to solve mass incarceration. Mass incarceration is an issue across the board. Yes, it is rooted in racism, as is everything in America. Therefore, you see Hispanic and black people go more, but they're sending white people to jail. Like, white people don't deserve to be in there too. Some do, just like some black people do, some Hispanic people do, but not most of them. Most of the people sitting in jail and the torture, that is the thing. These are torture chambers. The prison industrial system in America is a torture chamber that makes a lot of money. That's why I say be very wary of the send Laura Loughlin to jail, because the reason why they're sending people to jail is because it's money. So it's a thin line between sending Lori off for doing a little scamming and you claiming your sister kids on your taxes and them sending you right off too. It's a thin line, and that's where we're going to go to next. Y'all, I live in the United States of America. We all scam. I'm just going to say it. Like, we are living in a simulation of scam. Everyone scams in some way, shape, or form. Let me be the first to come forward. I scam my Tidal subscription sometimes. When my coins are all the way there, sometimes I put in a fake email so I can get free music every month. I scam. Put me behind bar. I scam the system sometimes. And there's sometimes y'all don't even know y'all scamming the system the way y'all scamming the system. Like, we all scam the system. Some people, and might I say smart people, are just scamming it on a better level. And here is the thing. This is the big gauntlet. There's no consistency across the board. Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives, I think they're giving her a couple months in prison because she owned up to her stuff quick. So she's getting a couple months in prison for doing the same thing Felicity Huffman did, but she's getting years. Notice how there's no consistency. It is a game that is lawless. It is a game that anything, there's no holds barred. Anyone can do anything. It does not matter. And you get 2 years, but you get 2 months. You get house arrest. You get nothing. So none of it makes sense. If the president of the United States can be the biggest scammer in this country, but still be in the White House comfortably, why is Felicity and Laura Loughlin going to jail? That makes no sense. You can sit here and be like, well, they're sending white people to jail. Yes, black pride. But it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And one white woman going to jail will not take into account that there are thousands of black people who are going to jail today on period. Like, thousands of black people will be going to jail today. That is a thing. Today just started and we already know thousands of black people will be going to jail today. Period. And it won't change that because there needs to be a complete overhaul. Rapists don't even go to jail, but y'all fighting a Laura Loughlin battle. It's a battle not worth fighting. Sending Laura Loughlin to jail has no gain. It gains nothing for the victory, nothing for the battle. I'm sorry. So when I said in my Dear Olivia J video, I did not want to see Laura Loughlin go to jail. She didn't deserve to go to jail. It ain't that deep. I went to college and I didn't scam my way into college. I didn't scam my way into law school. And even I can sit here and say she doesn't deserve jail time. Like, even I, who play by the rules, can understand why it's important to go to college. Like, the thing is, the reason why Laura Loughlin scared, that's why I say I have sympathy in my body, is because, do you guys understand how important it is to go to college? If you don't go to college, how different the world looks at you. Like, it's a bit, and so that's why I say there's so many other facets of life that need to be overhauled before we just send other people. How about we eliminate the class stigma that goes with college? How about because that's why she did it. It wasn't about money. Olivia J was making more than enough money on YouTube. It wasn't about money. It was about the fact that there is a certain level of class associated to people who get college degrees from nice places. That is on period. Like, it's point blank, period. If you get a college degree, you are looked at differently, especially if you get a college degree from certain universities. Point blank. Therefore, she had to do what choice? That's why I say scamming what choice do a lot of these scammers have? What, to be poor And I know that's not the Laura Loughlin situation. They would have been rich, and that's why a lot of you guys don't have sympathy. But at the end of the day, if they're sending Laura Loughlin out the jail, cart you right in behind her. It doesn't gain anything. The prison industrial system gotta go. The money, the privatization of the prison industrial system gotta go. The fact that you can buy a prison and you gotta fill up that prison. You gotta fill up that prison, which means sending people to jail who don't deserve jail. There are so few people in this world who deserve the harsh punishment that is behind those concrete walls, and we know it. That's the sad part. This is the stuff that keeps me up at night, because there are so many things going on in prison that we don't even know about. Like the craziness that must be happening behind those walls. Because if you think it's lawless out here, it is lawless in that place. These people, these guards, they can do anything to those people. And you're trying to tell me an 18-year-old kid who got caught with a little joint deserves what they doing to them people in prison? That's what you want to sit here and tell me? Laura Loughlin, mother of 2 or 3 or who knows, deserves that. And the thing is, we know Laura Loughlin is going to a country club prison, but there are plenty of other people on trial for fraud who won't be going to country club prisons, who will be going straight up to the federal prison in Kentucky and Indiana, who are going to get treated like animals. They don't deserve that. So that's why I say this Laura Loughlin thing is no one's victory. She will see the light at the end of the tunnel. She'll get sentenced to what? Maybe a couple years. She'll do 3 of them, 4 of them at a country club prison where they play tennis all day. But the thing is, there's a lot of people who don't have Laura Loughlin's power, money, who will get charged for the same exact things, just trying to better their child, better themselves in a place where everyone is, the president of the United States is the biggest scammer we have ever seen in our time. Yet he ain't going to jail. He ain't going to jail. So why should I sit there and hope for Laura Loughlin and the people like Laura Loughlin to go to jail? No. And I'm not going to sit up here and ask for you guys to free JT from the City Girls, free any of my homies in the Chain Gang, when I'm asking for this white woman to go to jail. So I'm only supposed to have sympathy for the people who look like me? No, I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I'm not a hypocrite. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And so no, I don't want Laura Loughlin to go to jail. It's ridiculous that they're trying to send her to jail. Like, child, give her something. That's the issue, and we're going to end it on this. There's no other alternative. We know she shouldn't get off scot-free. Maybe she deserves something harsher than a fine, but she doesn't deserve prison. Why is it either you get a fine or you're going to prison? Why is there such an extreme? There needs to be middle ground there, and that is the issue. Anyways, that's been my video. Y'all gonna drag me in the comments because I don't know why, but y'all find reasons. I love you guys so much, though, the people who don't, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.